What's going on, guys? I got some gameplay footage of my Leon Kennedy standard first run. About 25 minutes of gameplay. It lags a little bit at times, but I played standard. I rented the Resident Evil remake for PlayStation 4 for 3 nights through Redbox, and it's definitely worth it. And here's the opening.
Look, man, I'm serious, okay? I saw this with my own eyes.
Oh, I believe you, buddy. I believe you.
And that is one giant
Tell us
bird.
a story. Tell us a story.
Okay, well, it was last Friday night. I was walking home from the bar, and this woman started coming towards me. She was staggering, you know, so I figured she was drunk.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, tell us, be honest now. How many drinks did you have?
No, man, I barely had a buzz on.
Oh, come on.
Look, just listen, all right? She got closer, and I got a good look at her. You got to see her eyes, her nose, her whole face. It looked like it was rotting.
Yeah.
She looked like a corpse, like a walking corpse, man.
Sounds like my wife.
Oh man, I hope she's not
Like
watching.
it. I haven't been able to sleep since that night.
All right, calm down, buddy. Calm down. Just, hey, you gotta stay strong, okay? Don't give in to fear out there, right?
Yeah, well, you got that right. If you freeze up around these things, they'll sink their teeth in you. I saw attack somebody.
Oh, come on. It's just getting good. I need some sleep.
And here's where it gets pretty ridiculous. That zombie girl would have been blown to pieces, crushed how fast he was going, but somehow the zombie stays alive. But if you played the PlayStation version, the original version of this game, you saw the truck was blown up already. You started as Leon, and you get a little more backstory of what happened, which is kind of cool, and I like that about the game. There's some things I would have tweaked and changed for new gameplay, but overall I think the Resident Evil 2 remake is pretty spot on and a game I recommend for sure. And you can see right there, the zombie is still in one piece. Pretty ridiculous.
What do I do? What am I gonna do?
And remember, this is the Leon opening. If you were Claire, it'd be the same thing. She would go to the gas station where Leon's going right now. It's Leon in his Jeep. Claire would be on a motorcycle.
No one's around.
And it kind of reminds me of Zombieland a little bit. Anyone? Anyone agree?
That's weird.
And of course we got to go check it out, right? I mean, this is a zombie game, of course. And the controls are really good. It's smooth. You know, I'm always used to looking around to see what you can find and pick up. So checked out the car, checked around the gas station, but they want you to go inside. And early on, you'll notice the gameplay is pretty great. The graphics look great. But when you start controlling to shoot and everything, these zombies do not go down easily to your handgun. But if you have a shotgun or the Magnum or something, a higher powered rifle or weapon, they'll go down easier for sure. But your handgun does not take them down with a headshot.
Hello?
And you would think it might,
Anybody
right?
there?
Well, these zombies are not going down without a fight.
Something's not right.
And right away, you can see the lighting is awesome. You're supposed to calibrate your TV initially to see how it looks and really have that horror dim lighting effect, because he has a flashlight most of the time. When lights are on, he puts the flashlight away, and it's a pretty cool feature, and it is kind of freaky. It's kind of creepy how it goes through it, where you hear the sounds, you can hear stuff around you, but you can't really see that much. It's a good aspect to the game.
You all right? Don't move. I'll be back for you.
Stop moving.
Officer, you need help?
Stay back, sir. I got this.
Freeze! I'll shoot!
And right there, if you hold down the top two buttons, it fires quickly, but your aim was pretty off, at least mine was. So you gotta get used to it. I would aim with the left trigger and then, fire when ready. When you get in there, have the zombies line up a lot better because they do move and zig and zag and cut and twist, and they move around a lot of it. It's kind of realistic, you would think, of a zombie as much as it could be, right? I mean, they're zombies, but it kind of moves. They wouldn't just be like, oh, coming straight at you. They may move around a little bit, and that's what they do in this game.
No way. This can't be.
And I recommend, if you can, once you get the gameplay down and the movement down and the maps down, take a shot at a zombie, hit it in the head, and then run by them to conserve your ammo if you can. I think that was one of the best things I learned by playing, is that you don't have to get rid of the zombie if possible. You just shoot it in the head, run by it, and keep moving when possible. See, and right there, I wish you could just throw the zombie off, but you're going to take damage in the game, so you need the herbs and the first aid sprays and everything. And if you hold L3 down, the left trigger on the bottom, you can run, and you got to get used to that. It's just one of those things where you got to get used to the gameplay. And there's Miss Claire Redfield. But on the little video clip there, Leon does one shot to the head of a zombie and boom, the zombie's down. But during your gameplay, it's not that simple. So come on, Capcom.
Come on! Get in! Hold on.
Good old Raccoon City. And I can't believe Resident Evil came out in 1998. Came out in 2019 for the remake. It's pretty awesome.
Hopefully they'll have some answers at the police station.
Wait, you're a cop?
Yeah, Leon Kennedy. You are?
Claire. Claire Redfield.
Live around here?
No. I'm looking for my brother. He's a cop too.
Well, it's a good thing we found each other. I don't know what to expect anymore.
And then there's a little intro of Capcom and who made it and everything. But then we see it goes into Resident Evil. And the video lags at certain points, and I apologize for that.
Due to the citywide outbreak, you were advised to take shelter at the Raccoon City Police Station. Free food and medical supplies will be provided to everyone in need.
Oh my god, this is so unreal.
Police station's not much farther. They'll know something.
Yeah, but what if we're the only ones? What if there's no
No,
survivors?
there's survivors. It's a big city. There has to be. Looks like we're walking from here.
More like running.
Yeah, good call.
Leon, you gotta back up. What the?
Holy shit.
See, there he is. He's like, must make a delivery, my delivery.
Hold on!
And this is where the original version basically starts. So you're getting to see a little backstory of the truck driver and everything. And you see Leon's on one side with the fire and everything, and he's got to get to the police station, and it's pretty cool.
Claire! Claire, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright. How about you?
Can't stay here, it's not safe.
Go on ahead. I'll meet you at the station.
I'll be there.
And then you get control back of Leon, and then you gotta get to the police station. And it's different. The initial beginning is different. If you remember the original version, you know, have Leon, and you're getting around, and you're trying to get to the police station, you're trying to get around. But then you go into a weapon shop, and you get the shotgun. Not here. They took that out. You get the shotgun in a later part. And when I was first playing this, I didn't get the shotgun for a long time. And I did a lot of things here and then. Got the medallions and all the things you had to do. And I never got the shotgun until later on. I'm like, man, if I got the shotgun easier, this game would have been a whole lot easier to play at the beginning. So I only had my handgun, and you get an extended clip, and you got to do a couple things to get that. But, you know, right about now, you would have already gotten to the weapon shop and got the shotgun. But you don't. You just go right to the police station, which I like the little difference of the two for sure. So I recommend definitely renting this game first to see if you like it, if you want to do it, because 60 bucks is really expensive. Again, I got a 3-night rental at Redbox for $7.60 or something. So it's definitely worth it. I beat the Leon campaign and the Claire campaign, you know, the first runs, the A versions, and then I started to play the B version. So if you want to do the story correctly, you play Leon first with the first run, and then the second run you have Claire, and you'll have Claire outside. Because if you know in the original version, you can go down a little path, and they don't have this at this start here, but it's in the second run where you go down the path and you start a little different way. So you're still in the police station, but it's kind of cool here. You just got to go inside the police station and start your story.
Hello? Is anybody here? There has to be someone here. Not good.
David, Marvin, you there? I found a way out. It's in here. Send reinforcements. East hallway.
I gotta find that guy.
And when you're first playing it, really when you're playing it anytime, you have to learn the map. You can go back to your map, and you really got to use it effectively, because you can make one wrong turn and go down the wrong hallway or this and that, and you know, it's just kind of crazy. But you know, early on you don't have much, and you don't really have much of an inventory. You can get more pouch things that extend how much you can carry. And overall, you definitely want to learn the lay of the land. I recommend getting the spade key right away. You got to go all the way down a hallway, all the way up the thing, and all the way to the 3rd floor, then come back down. And it's pretty cool. Once you get to know how to get around, it gets easier and easier. You'll find the route, you'll find how to do this, you'll find what to do. And overall, you can beat the game in probably 6 to 8 hours if you know what you're doing, if you got some familiarity with the game and the police station. And it's pretty true to the original version of it. Little differences here and there. And, overall, I like the gameplay of it, but I kind of wish you could just push the zombies off. In Resident Evil 4, they added that so you could just kind of get away without taking damage, and I kind of wish they brought it here. But if it's an exact remake, you couldn't do that in the first one, but I just wish they changed some things for that. Sometimes you're like, man, I just can't get these zombies off of me, and you're going to die probably early on a bunch of times. And see, look at that. That's pretty awesome. You can barely see, but you can still see a little bit. And there's some rooms that have lights. There's a light switch, and click it on. So if you want to have that. And you got to solve little puzzles here and there. The Resident Evil way with puzzles and things on there too. And overall, it's definitely a fun, kind of scary at times experience. And I definitely think you should check it out if you played the original version on PlayStation.
You got this.
Little pep talk by Leon. And you see you hit the light switch, and then he turns off the flashlight, which is pretty cool detail because you could always have the flashlight on the entire time. But when you go into a room, you can see a light switch like that. You don't have to worry about holding a flashlight. And it's a small little detail, but it's a nice thing that they put into it. Some things they did really well. A couple things I wish they changed. But overall, it is a fun remake. A good job by Capcom to remake a good game. And it's definitely got that survival horror aspect going for it. And like right now, you can't really see much and you can hear stuff, but you're like, oh man. And then when the zombies start coming around more and more and more, and you can't really see much, it's pretty great. And certain doors have chains around them. You have to get the bolt cutting tool that you'll get, and you'll open up a couple different rooms. And it's cool because when you use an item for the last time, there'll be a red check mark underneath it that you used it for all its purpose, and you can discard it and open up more of your inventory.
I'll get you out! Please! Give me your hand. Help me! I got you. Give me your other hand. Jesus Christ.
And that's pretty gross, but it's pretty awesome detail, and Capcom definitely did a great job with that. And you can see it's definitely different than the original. They stepped the game up the way it looks, story a little bit here and there, some nice differences. And that's pretty important right there, because that's how you get the medallions from the different statues. You'll get to one statue's like pretty obvious, it's right there. Then you got to find the other two, and then you got to get the medallions to put it in there for the secret passage, kind of like the first game. Sorry for the lag here, but the big difference too is that zombies can open doors and follow you. So you think you're safe by going into a room, and the zombie follows you, it just goes right in the door as well.
Jesus! They're everywhere!
And I died. There was just too many of them. Getting used to it around there too. It was just, you know, you're gonna die a bunch of times playing it and getting used to it and learning from it there too. The other thing that I don't have the combat knife yet, and you can get a couple of different combat knives, especially when you use them over and over and over again. They dull down, or you leave them in a zombie, which is cool. The only thing that doesn't make sense to me is that every time you would use a combat knife to, you know, spare yourself from getting damaged by getting attacked, they don't stab the zombie in the head. They stab the zombie in the chest, basically every time. So when I continued, I got to start all this over again. You'll see the same part with the guy, and come in with the thing, and you get ripped in half. And sometimes it gets annoying because you're like, yeah, I just did this part. And you got to be careful though. If you don't have a way to heal yourself on there too, you'll be doing the same things over and over and over again. But when you get used to it, you'll find the path and the pattern, and it gets easier over time. But definitely, when in doubt, heal yourself so you don't have to redo a bunch of things. I had to do that a couple times, and it gets frustrating doing things over and over and over again.
Jesus! They're everywhere!
And another word of advice is reload when you can. Make sure you have enough bullets ready to go. You can die a bunch of times easily trying to reload, backing up, and you try to shoot the zombie and you don't have any bullets, and you're like, oh.
Watch out!
You're safe.
And again, I'm sorry it's lagging pretty bad here, but he's the original guy from the original game, Resident Evil 2, that you meet in the weapons locker or the locker room, and you get something from him, and then you go back out, and he comes back, and he's a zombie, and kind of the same thing happens here. So it's kind of cool. You see more about the character. It's a minor character, but getting more story for characters that you saw from the original game is always good. And there you go, guys. That's some gameplay of me playing Resident Evil 2, the remake, for the first time I was playing it. Let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. We got many more gaming videos.